and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is gonna be episode number 65 um, of the No News, Just Facts podcast. And honestly, I just want to go here quickly, if I could. The way men dress has gone through different obstacles, different types of ways men dress, including myself. But one thing has always been certain. It has never been anything where things were too too what's the word? Too feminized. That's the word. Too feminized to where it's like, should this be something that a man wears or should this be something that a woman wears? Because it's not adding up. And I really just want to go here like fast, quick, and in a hurry. And I'm just going to start. The way the way clothing was advertised for men back in the day, right? It was baggy, more loose clothing, basketball jerseys, flannel shirts, flannel shorts, throwback jerseys, jean jacket combinations, combination sets, even down to the shoes. Air Force Ones was the thing. I'm not saying that Air Force Ones are still a thing, but like back then, of course, just different styles of dress. But the main thing about it was you never questioned whether, hey, is this something that a man should be wearing or not? In recent time, clothing has gotten more. I'm not even gonna say recent time. It's been a little bit of a gap where the clothing fit for men is more slimmer, more tighter, more tight. That's the word, tight. More tight, more smaller clothing. And it's like now you get that question in your head. You start to question, like, is this supposed to be for a man or is this made for women? Whether it be those the flamboyant looking boots that some people wear, that some men wear to brunches, those I don't even know what you call them. They're like designer hats. I've seen Future wear those hats, those types of hats. You have what else? You have like I guess you would call them like these certain type of turtlenecks or whatever. These turtlenecks, and I've worn a turtleneck before, so I would actually put myself in the category of wearing something like a turtleneck. But I mean, I don't have a problem wearing a turtleneck. Turtlenecks have always been around. It's not like it's a type of like code for something. But I mean, some people take it as that. But it doesn't mean anything if I wear a turtleneck. But more, what I'm trying to get to is a lot of feminization with men's clothing in recent years, or in the recent gap of years, has been happening. And I build all of that up to bring it to, and I'm going to bring this back around again, hoochie daddy shorts. Shorts have always been, to my knowledge, shorts have always been down to a ratio of your knees. Anything going further up than your knees is just like, why are you wearing it? If you get like maybe, I don't know, maybe 1 inch, 2 inches above the knees, that's cool. But if it's anything where it's like going all the way up to like, all the way up to the middle of your thigh, it's like, like, And at this point, it's not even shorts. They might as well be boxers. You know, they've done this with rompers as well. Remember when rompers was a thing? I don't know how this happened, but somehow rompers became a thing where men can wear rompers, and it's just like, no, no the hell we cannot. No the hell we should not be wearing rompers. No, you can wear a romper, but I ain't gonna do it. If rompers have always been a thing for women, then it should stay for women. It shouldn't be for men. And I think that's the same thing with hoochie daddy shorts. It might be a thing right now, but in the long run, bro, hoochie daddy shorts are just underwear. Hoochie daddy shorts are just underwear, bro. They don't need to be. Men should not be trying to wear hoochie daddy shorts because it's being advertised and put up on some type of pedestal because somebody wants to make money. Just the same way somebody wanted to make money off of rompers. It should not be that way. I don't know. I mean, that's just what I think. I mean, the feminization stuff, you know? I could even go up to how now men doing BBLs to get ribs. Like, what happened to going to the gym, bro? Like, you just don't want to go to the gym no more? You want to go get surgery just to have a nice body? Come on, bro. I think that's weird. I think that's weird. I think the hoochie daddy shorts thing is weird. I think rompers are weird. And if you like that, cool. That's on you. But I'm not gonna let nobody tell me what I should and should not wear. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man, we just gonna continue on to the next thing, man. I just thought I'd just do a little quick rant on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am in here to speak about this gentleman right here, Jeff Hardy. Now, if you don't know who Jeff Hardy is, he is a wrestler. So, Jeff Hardy was, I believe, he was arrested on Monday morning in Volusia County, Florida, on a DUI charge. Now, if you know anything about performers in wrestling, there have been some links to some of those wrestlers being having alcohol abuse or drug abuse. I know when I used to be a avid watcher of wrestling back in the day, I didn't know some of the wrestlers I would watch had addictions to drugs or alcohol. Ric Flair, he had alcohol abuse back in the day. There was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle had revealed during a interview or something like that during his time in TNA, he was addicted to Percocets for a long time, and might be the reason why he had gotten fired from WWE at some point, and that's what led to him going to TNA. Scott Hall, rest in peace. This is not the reason why he passed away, but there was a point in time where Scott Hall was addicted to, where he was abusing alcohol and drugs. But of course, DDP got him the help he needed. You know, DDP and a lot of Scott Hall's friends got him the help he needed, and he actually in the last years of his life, he actually looked good. He looked good. He looked like he was reformed and refreshed from all of those vices that had almost destroyed his life. And of course there were a lot of stories I had heard about, like ECW back in the days, you know, and a lot of people being addicted to different types of drugs that they would abuse. So I say all of that to bring it back to Jeff Hardy, who has been in three, maybe four companies, and a lot of the reasons why he has either left or they have fired him from those companies is because it has to do with drugs and alcohol. Like I can even point to when the synonymous story of Jeff Hardy going against Sting and in TNA, and lo and behold, Jeff Hardy goes out during a pay per view versus Sting, and he is like literally like high and drunk, and Sting has to basically cut the whole entire match short because like Jeff Hardy is like loaded. Jeff Hardy cannot like function. So now here we are again. Jeff Hardy's in AEW and he gets arrested on a DUI charge. Um, it says that his blood alcohol content level was almost 4 times the legal limit. And also, I'm gonna like show a video real quick of him being arrested. Like I said, this is not to this is not to like destroy his name or anything like that. I'm just like saying like, bro, they're saying like, oh hey, he should retire because he's like still battling this vice, and I'm just kind of like, man, if he's still like battling his vice and he has things going on, like maybe he should like just take time. Wait, maybe he should retire. You know, I don't want to see him like I don't want to see I don't want to see Jeff Hardy like be destroyed because of his vices. You know, um, and at his age, I'm sure he has kids and everything like that. Let alone his brother, Matt, being being there to try to help him and try to save him from whatever it is going on. I feel like, bro, you should just take some time away. You should just because I'm sure like they said like that's the reason why he didn't continue with the WWE because they offered rehab and he rejected it and went to AEW, and it's the same thing again. Like he's like, bro, you're doing this in a new company. I just hope he gets the help he needs because it's like, bro, you can only do this so many times until like it reaches its apex, you know? And like I said, I'm gonna go to the video real quick. Let me just get to the video. My bad, you guys. Okay, here's the video. Let's just play it really quick so you can see. Just go back real quick. Alright, we're just gonna look at the entire video from right here.
failed to stop, I-95 northbound, just
Okay.
north of
Wow.
4.
Okay.
For
Wow.
signal 12, you
They're
can see
already pulling out their
multiple
guns.
cars on. I'm getting an update
Wow.
now. It looked like he was going to pull over. 1109, is the vehicle pulled over yet?
1050.
Bro, why is he trying to drive off?
26 straight, 1050. 94, 1050.
Dang. They all got their guns drawn on him. Dang. Bro, it's crazy. Man.
65, Brad.
635, you show me 90 with an IR.
Temperature 90.
Wow.
You speak English? Okay. I'm Trooper Steiner. I work for the Highway Patrol. We got several 911 calls on ya. You know why we might have gotten some calls? You don't know? You tell me. You're all over the road. What's going on with that? Here, actually, I can't even hear you. Go ahead and have a seat up here for me. Oh, don't fall over.
Oh yeah, he's incapable. He's incapable of doing anything right now.
Alright, so, why are we kind of all over the place and running on and off the road? We got like, what, 3, 4 911 calls on you? What's up with that? Okay, where are you coming from? North Carolina? And where is your final destination? So you're coming from North Carolina, going to North Carolina? I got you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have an active driver's license on you? Is it in the car? Where is it at in the car? Yeah, where's your wallet located? You don't know? Okay. No, I can get it. Where's it located? Somewhere in there? Okay. So you said you have a doctor's appointment for your head coming up? Do you mind if I ask what that's for? Brain scan? Okay. What would be causing you? Actually, I can't hear you. Come on over here. Alright, so what would be perfect? So what would you be?
So from just watching that video, he's definitely very intoxicated, and from what I can hear, is he was all over the road. He's stumbling and everything. So yeah, Jeff Hardy is definitely down bad. Hopefully, he gets the help he needs and doesn't shut all his family and his friends out from helping him, because his brand right now just looks so, and I don't mean this in no disrespectful way, it looks so crumbled. If Jeff Hardy can learn anything from this recent thing that has happened, he should just think about all the wrestlers before him that had opportunities and had shots to do great and amazing things. And I'm not saying Jeff Hardy has done some. Jeff Hardy has had a hell of a career. If we take away all of the drugs and alcohol abuse things that have, that are there, he's had a hell of a career. But in this moment in time, I think he should just step back and just reflect. People are saying he should retire. Maybe retiring would be the best thing for him, and also, just getting all of this together. But I would incorporate Jeff Hardy to just look at the wrestlers that came before him that had a reckless undertone to their career, and ultimately it costed them their life. That's what I think he should do, is reflect on that. And I'm hoping Jeff gets all the help he needs. I'm not about to be here to bash him. Just want to see him get better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about. So the YSL case is still going on and everything of that nature, and Young Thug and Gunna have both released their own statements from behind bars. I'm going to go ahead and just go to Gunna's letter that he put out today, actually. Let's just see what he said. So it says, June 14th, 2022 has been one of the best years of my life despite this difficult situation. This year, I had the whole world pushing P. Growing up from where I come from in a marginalized neighborhood, I never dreamt my art would change my life and the lives of my loved ones. My entire life, I've seen black men, black women, and black children constantly attacked, hated, murdered, betrayed, belittled, silenced, judged, used, and held captive. I use my art form, my gift from God, to change my circumstance. I worked, I honed my craft. I worked, I empowered black women in my industry. I worked, I lived in the recording studio. I worked, I lived on the road. I worked every day to show God how grateful I am for my gift, for my art, for my life, and to be able to provide for my loved ones. For now, I don't have my freedom, but I am innocent. I am being falsely accused and will never stop fighting to clear my name. The picture that is being painted of me is ugly and untrue. My fans know I love to celebrate life. I love my family. I love travel. I love music. I love my fans. I have all faith that God will grant me justice for the purity in my heart and the innocence of my actions. As a black man in America, it seems as though my art is only acceptable when I'm a source of entertainment for the masses. My art is not allowed to stand alone as entertainment. I'm not allowed that freedom as a black man in America. It is a sad reality that slavery is still alive in America, and today is still affecting my people. In 12 states, more than half of the prison system population is black. One of those states is Georgia. Nothing will stop me from chasing my dreams. I won't stop being a good person, even if some unnamed and unknown accusers want the world to see me as a bad person. When I was free, I tried to be good and find the community. Try to be good and kind to the community around me. And when I am released, I will do the same thing all over again. We still push and be. Power, prayer, progression, passion, productivity, praises, precision, peace, prosperity, patience, pride, and persistence. Now, let me tell you the problem with this whole entire letter. I don't wish jail on any man. I don't wish jail on not even my worst enemy. But if your music promotes a certain type of lifestyle, if your music promotes a certain type of bravado, you shouldn't be so shocked at the results. And to be fair, just reading that letter, let me go back to it. Just reading that letter, I see a lot of reference to God, a lot of faith talk in this thing. Was there a faith talk when he was like I'm not trying to slight this man, but your music your music doesn't promote what you're saying what you're saying in here as it pertains to God. You're a man things doing things or knowing about things, and saying certain things in music and then going to jail for it. Jail will really humble some people. Prison will really humble some people. This is coming from a guy who is not a street person. I'm not street at all. I don't know anything about the streets. But I know not to go there because I know better. I'm not a street guy. I would never go do something to ascertain something. But we're talking about Gunna. And I'm not gonna lie, some of his music is hot. I like it. But when we go back to this letter, he's calling out he's calling out the justice system. He's talking about God a lot. As I said before, rappers getting put behind that wall will really humble them. Rappers getting locked up for being associated with people will really humble you. You know, hoping for you can only hope for the best with that. To be fair, honestly, and then I'm not. I gotta go find the video of Young Thug and his statement, what he said about because Gunna's on here. Gunna's basically on here talking about injustice, and to be fair, to be completely honest with you, to be completely honest with you, he has done some good for the community. I won't deny that. I won't deny that Young Thug has done good for the community, but all that good for the community is just like the scene in New Jack City, how Nino Brown was passing out turkeys to the community for what is it, Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's all good fun and dandy, but it doesn't change the fact that y'all are doing things that are not good and trying to undercut that with some, oh hey, I'm over here doing this for the community and everything like that. It's like, what does that mean when we start talking about the underworld that y'all are the things that y'all are doing in the underworld? What does this community stuff mean when y'all are actually like doing other things, or know people that are doing other things, or have people hired to do other things? I don't know nothing about this case for real. So everything is allegedly know everything about. All of these things I'm saying are alleged. Nothing is confirmed to be true, but still at the same point, it's just like, bro, y'all sitting up here talking about injustice when y'all's music. It's not even like with the music. It's like y'all, what all this stuff y'all saying in the music. Like, what's up with that? You know, I know they're trying to make it to where like rap lyrics can be used in a courtroom, but at the same token, a lot of rap music is cap. A lot of it is cap. A lot of it is cap. But I mean, it's hard to devise whether it's cap when we're talking about like, actual street stuff going on versus what's being like said on record or whatever. That only remains to be seen. But I mean, this whole injustice thing. Let me find it real quick. Just give me a sec. Let me find Young Thug's. Let me find Young Thug's statement and see what he said. See if I can find like a, cause statement. Let me see what he said. Let me find it real quick. Let's find it really fast here. Okay, so what did he say? What did he say? He says. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What does he say here? Okay. I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family for coming out and supporting us. You know, your support during this time means a lot to us. You know, he went on to ask fans to support a petition launched by Kevin Liles and Julie Greenwald, which has to do with courts, prohibiting courts from using rap lyrics while making cases against artists, treating those lyrics as if they were actual confessions. This isn't just about me or YSL. I always use my music as a form of artistic expression. And now I see that black artists and rappers don't have that. Freedom, freedom. Everybody please sign the Protect Black Art petition and keep praying for us. I love you all. I don't know if it has to do with just keeping them off the path of not seeing the outside of a jail or what. I don't know. But, like I said, man, I just hope that they can come out of it. But if they do end up having to do time, I mean, as a friend of mine told me, sometimes rappers need to be put behind the wall just to slow down. Some rappers just be doing too much. And like I said, I don't wish jail on nobody, but if your music promotes a certain thing and there's like a pathway of the other side of that as well, then hey. But on to the next one, man. Okay, so like Double XL has put out their new cover, and we're just gonna check it out right quick right now. And I'm just gonna tell you right now that I do not know who a good. I'm gonna say almost everybody. I don't know almost anybody on this cover. It's just to tell you where rap is nowadays. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody on this cover except for maybe like Baby Tron. I've heard of Big Scar. I've heard of Big 30, but I've never actually listened to their music. Baby Tron is probably the only person whose music I've actually listened to. Nardo Wick, I've heard that. Bump, 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 bump. What the was that? I've heard of. That's the only song I've heard from him. But other than that, I don't know who he is for real, for real. Like maybe back in the day, something like a Double XL was important and detrimental to what was hot in rap music. As far as it pertains to rappers who just got signed or underground rappers who aren't signed, or in that certain type of manner. Same thing with like the Source, the hip hop magazine, the Source, and how they used to have the 5 mic system and everything like that. But I mean, nowadays, I'm gonna be fair. And just say that most of your rappers who are like famous and or rich, like outside of like everybody who's signed to your big name rap labels or whatever, or big labels in general, are making their money on the internet without the help of the industry that much, and don't have to really be on the cover of Double XL just to do that. Double XL has to call them. And it's really starting to like each and every year that Double XL does their cover, it's diminishing and becoming more and more watered down to where nobody really cares, to be fair, honestly. Um, like I said, I really don't know who is So Fago. Who's that? I've never heard of that person before in my life. Maybe he's a TikTok rapper or something like that. I don't know. Coach Cheese. Who's that? Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I've heard of Babyface Ray. I've heard of that guy. Definitely heard of his music. Yeah, like I said, Babytron and Babyface Ray are the only two rappers I really have like full on, like I actually have listened to their music. Excuse me. Saucy Santana. I don't know who he is. Ken the Man. Who's that? Dochi, Cali. Who are these people, bro? Like, where are they from? Like I said, it's Babytron, Babyface Ray, Big Star I've heard of, Big 30 I've heard of. That's Gucci Man's people. That's from Gucci Man's label. But as far as I can tell you, I've never heard of a good amount of people on this list, and that's just to tell you that it's starting to get to the point where, in like maybe in like the next 2 years, Double XL's freshman cover is not gonna even like, it's not gonna even like it's a, you're not even gonna care once you see who's on the cover if you don't already not care who's on this cover, honestly. But hey, man, salute to them. I mean, salute to these rappers getting on here. I'm sure Babytron is very poppin'. Babyface Ray, I'm sure is a very poppin' rapper. But for the most part, I don't know anybody on this list. But shout out to them, I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another one of those hey, let's look at the reaction type things. So, a Texas pastor is going viral for saying some things, and we're just gonna get right into it right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, wait. Oops. Hold on. Let's restart. Put the sound on.
What does God say is the answer, is the solution for the homosexual in 2022, here in the New Testament, here in the book of Romans, that they are worthy of death?
Oh.
These people should be put to death.
Oh, wow.
Every
Okay.
single homosexual in our country should be charged with the crime, the abomination of homosexuality that they have. They should be convicted in a lawful trial. They should be sentenced with death. They should be lined up against the wall and shot in the back of the head.
Buddy.
That's what God teaches.
Oh my God.
That's what the
buddy.
Bible says. You don't like it, you don't like God's word.
Wow. It seems like every single it really seems like every single time we start to like and I don't mean this like I don't mean anything by this, but it just seems like every single time we get to talking about like your white Christians, they just go and be doing and saying like the most like white Christians really be exposing themselves. A lot of them that are like just hateful. How do you love the Lord and you're like hateful? So I'm just gonna read the contents of uh what was said by this pastor. So it says Pastor Dylan Oz of Steadfast Baptist Church in Wada Watauga, a suburb in Fort Worth, made the comment and other controversial remarks during a Sunday morning sermon titled "Why We Won't Shut Up." I'm angry this morning because our entire country is celebrating the worst sin in the Bible. Oz said during the sermon, referring to Pride Month, which commemorates the LGBTQ plus community every June. You know, a lot of pastors have this stupid idea where it's just like, oh, you know, God loves everyone and God hates the sin but loves the sinner. But people have taken this to such an extreme where they're saying celebrate the sin, not just tolerate it, celebrate it. He continued, let me show what the Bible says about these people. Oz read several passages from the Bible and condemned homosexuality as a sin. At one point, he told the congregation that gay people are dangerous to society and said that all homosexuals are pedophiles. I'm not saying that every single homosexual that's alive right now has committed that act with a child already, because it could be they haven't had the opportunity yet and they will at some point later in their life, he said. This is why we need to put these people to death through the proper channels of the government. These people are not normal. They're not your average everyday sinner. They have no hope of salvation. At certain times during the sermon, people from the crowd could be heard cheering in agreement. Oz told the room that he thinks the solution for the homosexual in 2022 is the death penalty. That is hateful. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. It's disgusting because, like, bro, what is wrong with you? What is, like, seriously, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like, as I said, he said something about homosexuals are pedophiles. I can definitely, you can definitely go into Christianity and find a lot of pedophile, uh, pedo dealings going on. But for you to condemn a whole entire for being pedo is, that's crazy. That's just that's jealous. That's jealous hate because of what a what a few scriptures in the Bible says. Like, and he said like people use this love. God says love everybody thing, and they try to like use it in a, like they try to like overstep the boundary of it and celebrate the sin as well. It's like, bro, you should love everybody. You should not be hating people because of their preference. Like, okay, if that person wants to do that, and that's their business. I'm not going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their business. Why are you so bent on destroying people for what preference they are? That's just stupid to me. That's stupid to me. Like, we all have choices in this life. You have a choice to support something, and you also have a choice not to support something. But it's like you can also keep quiet too. Some what you don't support can be stay in your head. You don't have to put that out there to the world. You know. And then you're a pastor, which is embarrassing. You and your congregation should be embarrassed and disgusted with yourselves for even facilitating that hate out into the world like that and letting it live on the internet so people can see how shallow and disgusting and insensitive y'all are, you know? if you don't believe in people who are homosexual, that's one thing. But to say that they should be killed for what they decide to do with their lives is yeah, those are that's some Nazi Jewish type things y'all are putting out there, and y'all are supposed to be Christians, which is very disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing. Very disturbing. And you're trying. It's like you're trying to mask your hate for homosexuality in the form of the Bible, just because the Bible says something. The Bible has been written and revised how many times? Millions and millions and millions and millions of times. There are different versions of the Bible, but you're trying to spew your hate by contextualizing it with the Bible, and for that, you should just close your church now. You should just close your church now, because like God is not hateful. He says love everybody, but you're literally hypocritically turning God's words into something else. Where's the logic? I don't know. All right, so there is a Tyson series coming out on Hulu. It is starring what's the guy's name? What is his name? Tresvant Rhodes as Tyson. It looks promising if you ask me. Looks like it'll be detailing a lot of things that are going on. Now, if you don't remember, at first Tyson was boycotting the series um, about the production of the show or whatever. I guess because there were things on there that were like untrue that were being put into the series. And he was, as I said, he was boycotting it. He has said, what did he say? He said that he was announcing an authorized series of his life was in development. Of course, from what I had seen, Jamie Foxx was supposed to be doing a movie with Tyson at some point in time or whatever, with Tyson, with Martin Scorsese directing it. I don't know how long that's gonna take for that to come, but I kind of wonder, like, isn't like Jamie Foxx like almost the same age as Tyson? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense for like? I mean, they should have came to an agree. In my opinion, I feel like they should have came to an agreement of like getting this Trazvant Rhodes guy to come in and play like the younger part of Tyson, and um, I guess maybe get Jamie Foxx to play the older Tyson later years. After all the things that have happened in his life, and you know. Um, but I mean, I guess I'm still hoping and waiting for whenever that series does come out, because honestly, Jamie Foxx pretty much knows Mike Tyson because like he hung out with him, and in when his career was like really popping, when Jamie Foxx's career was popping off, he was hanging with Mike Tyson. He was telling jokes, and he told the Mike Tyson joke, and from then on, I guess they had became like acquaintances, and then turned into friends. So I'm just still kind of like, hey, what is that gonna? What is? I kind of wonder what that is gonna look like. But for now, this looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's detailing his trainer. It's talking about the Vander Holyfield bite, infamous bite that he did. The Givens marriage seems like it's in the right vein. So I mean, hey, let's see what it does. I'm definitely going to be watching it just to see the accuracy of everything. Just in my own opinion, I think that'd be that'd be a good thing. Just to just to check it out. I would still. I mean, I don't know if I would really want to see a Jamie Foxx uh, led Tyson movie because they're almost the same. You know, Tyson and Jamie Foxx are almost the same age. But hey, things work in mysterious ways. Let's just see how it goes. Look, like I said, it looks interesting, and I will definitely be tuning into it. All right, so this going back to we're gonna be talking about Rolling Stone's 200 greatest hip hop albums and how they messed up with this because you can't take it's one thing to take a bunch of classic albums from like the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s and saying, hey, yeah, these are all classic albums that should be put uh, on that should be put on on a list. All these editors have come together and said, hey, let's put all these albums on the list. And for better or for worse, these might be some of their favorite albums for real, for real. But my whole thing is, why are you putting modern rap albums and older rap albums in the same vein? It's just like kind of disrespectful in a way. Like not even in a way, it's like all the way disrespectful. Why would you put things like Easy Does It next to a Shrimp Life? No disrespect to anybody who likes the Shrimp Life album, but like, what makes that in the caliber of one? What makes that in the? It's like you're saying it's in the same vein, like bro, like no, it is not. It's not like why put that there? Why even put that there? What are we like? What are we doing? Why are you putting it there? It doesn't deserve to be there. Like I like it's crazy. I just saw Lil Nas X Montero there, like, and you're putting that next to what? The Roots, how I like, bro. You're putting LL Cool J, right? You're putting something like a LL Cool J album, My Radio, right, which is a classic album, next to Run the Jewels. No disrespect to Run the Jewels. I think they're an amazing hip hop duo, but why are those two next to each other? Like, if you separated everything and put it down to like rations of like the classic albums and put all of those together and said, "Hey, these are the 200 greatest albums." Cool. If but if you're putting albums that were around when I was leaving high school, getting my first job, getting my first apartment, um, um, all these life events that have happened in my life, and this is the music that was out. Why are you putting that next to those albums? I don't get that. Doesn't make any sense to me. 200 greatest albums, and how did like yeah, I don't think they really ran through what the real two greatest 200 albums. We talking about the greatest 200 albums. You putting modern rap albums next to albums that were out when some of those modern rap records, the artists who put out those modern rap records were babies and weren't even born yet. Like it, some of those people that are in those that made the selections in this Rolling Stone thing are definitely millennials. Has to be. There's no way it's 40 and 50 year olds picking these albums all the way through. Like this is definitely a millennial led perusing of albums and saying, "Hey, this is the greatest 200 albums." It doesn't make any sense, and it should have never even happened. I understand that Rolling Stone is a music publication, but this one should have just been walked back, in my opinion. It just doesn't it don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me. Like come on, bro. Like you're putting Rock Marciano next to Lil Uzi Vert. Like how does that even what? That is what? Bro, what? You got Slum Village next to City Girls. Slum Village is next to City Girls and Doja Cat. You got Rick Ross next to Tupac. I'm so like I don't even understand anymore. You got Playboy Cardi next to Pete Rock and CL Smooth's Mecca the Soul Brother. Mecca and the Soul Brother. That like bro. And then Playboy Cardi after Playboy Cardi's Big Pun, bro. What? Bro, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like this should have been walked back. This was not a good idea. Not a good idea. Hate it. Not a good idea. You know, it's one thing when a artist and or rapper gets in trouble, especially when it's like a rapper who talks about gang things and everything like that of that nature. That's one thing. But when like athletes get in trouble and it's for like the same thing that a rapper talks about, that is another thing altogether. We will be talking about the Hornets player Montrelez. I think I'm saying that right. Harrell facing felony drug charge. So this is Montrezl Harrell. This is the player. So as it reads, Hornets center Montrezl Harrell was arrested last month and has been charged with a felony for trafficking less than 5 pounds of marijuana. But don't you play basketball? What you doing that for? After police allegedly found 3 pounds of marijuana in his vehicle during a traffic stop, per Roderick Boone of the Charlotte Observer. A former Sixth Man of the Year, Harrell played his college ball in Louisville and still spends time in Kentucky where the arrest occurred. Kentucky law says Harrell will be facing 1 to 5 years in prison and up to $10,000 as a fine if convicted. The Charlotte Observer has the details. According to Madison County, Kentucky court records, Harrell was scheduled to be arraigned at 9 a.m. Monday to answer the traffic citation. Harrell, 28, was pulled over by a Kentucky State Trooper at 9:58 a.m. on May 12th while traveling southbound on I-75 for following the vehicle in front of him too closely, according to the police records. Trooper Jesse Owens stated he, upon stopped, observed odor of marijuana from the silver 2020 Honda Pilot that Harrell was driving. According to the citation, Harrell Owens wrote in this report, admitted to being in possession of marijuana and produced a small amount from his sweatpants. During a subsequent search of the vehicle, which the report states, Harrell claims he was rented 3 pounds of marijuana in vacuum-sealed bags were found in a backpack in the back seat, according to the transportation. He's been charged with trafficking less than 5 pounds of marijuana. The 28-year-old was traded to the Hornets in February. He appeared in 25 games for Charlotte this past season, off the bench, averaging 11.4 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 2.0 assists in 21 minutes per game. Okay, so this can really go like two ways. This could either be like in a way of like racial, because Kentucky, when it comes to black people, it's just like, yeah, they not big on black people, especially athletic, money making black people. So I mean, it could be a thing of like trying to like turn this into like a moment of maybe a moment of making an example out of an athlete, because it could always be something like that, or it could be the latter, and Montrezl Harrell could actually be allegedly trafficking, which is crazy because why would you fumble your opportunity as a basketball player playing in the NBA to go and dip back in the street? It says that he spends time in Kentucky. Maybe you shouldn't be spending time in Kentucky. Maybe you shouldn't be trying to drift back off into any type of doings that could jeopardize the opportunity you have as a basketball player. If it is the case, if it is not the case, if it is a case of something else going on where they're trying to make an example out of him, then it's like they're trying to do that man something bad because he makes a certain amount of money and he's in a certain type of tax bracket. It's not always the fault of the artist or the athlete when it comes to the justice system, and it's very messed up in a lot of ways, in my opinion. But no matter what it may be, I'm just hoping that he can come away with it in a successful manner that can put him in the ranks of being freed and cleaned from the situation. Hopefully, it doesn't destroy his chances as a prominent and key piece of how his family eats or anything of that nature. Hopefully, he comes out of this. If it is that thing of like them trying to make an example of him, if it's the other way, I would incline to still be like, maybe he can like just, if you know, you know. So our man's Rod Wave is stating that on my babies, this my last sad ass album. I'm off that. Just want to live happy, travel, get this money. So, from what I'm what I'm to receive and understand here is that he is supposed to be done making emotional rap music. He's been doing it for quite a while and running with it, and it's been working. But now I guess he's starting to understand that he doesn't want to be known as the guy that just makes sad rap music or emotional rap music. But I would be inclined to wonder, what does a Rod Wave happy album sound like? What is that? What does that even sound like? Is that even gonna be digestible by his fans, or are they gonna Are they gonna be on his head top? Because he's not the only rapper who has done the sad music and it's worked for him. Like I can use an example like Zero for an example. Zero for a long time was making like in like the beginning of his career was making a lot of sad music, a lot of emotional gangster music, right? And that was working. He even went on record as saying like, "Oh, hey, if I tried to like change my music up and make like some type of like happy music, people would like my fans would call me out on it." But lo and behold, now he's making like a lot of like music that ain't sad like that, and it works because it's like I don't know, a happy zero is a prosperous zero, I guess. So nobody really questioned him on changing the sound from an type of emotional gangster type of rap music to it being more geared towards, hey, let's get this money. I'm happy and I'm making money. Um, so combating it and bringing it right back around to Rod Wave, it's like, will that same effect be put upon Rod Wave when he decides he's just gonna be talking about like getting money and wearing nice chains and going on vacations and flying everywhere and just all the flamboyantness. When Rod Wave starts to get into like the flamboyant rapper lifestyle, is that gonna work? Is his fans still gonna love him if he decides to change his sound, change his tune, and start talking about happy stuff? Is that only time will tell? You know, only time will tell. You know that transitioning thing only works for certain artists, and like I said, only time will tell what it will do for somebody like Rod Wave, who has been very successful with the emotional rap music. Lest we see. So I seen this movie back in 2020 called The Rental, and it's basically like this like thriller, scary movie about some people renting a Airbnb, and basically the owner of the Airbnb was basically watching them on camera, and he was basically going into the. I don't want to give away the whole movie, but the ultimate synopsis is that he was going in there and he was killing them. So that one movie made me hella leery about like Airbnbs and just me not ever going to a Airbnb or renting a Airbnb, no matter what anybody says. Um, just off of just watching that movie. So there's a video that has went viral of a woman. She was basically um, renting out a room using Airbnb, and let's just like get into it, and I'll just come back with more of what I needed to say.
Yeah, don't trust no Airbnbs. Okay, so I can't even talk right now. I'm so pissed off. Yeah, I didn't even know this shit could happen, but this shit is real. This shit is really going on. Goddamn, I call myself trying to find a way to goddamn pay off my mortgage a little better, a little quicker, or whatever. So I put this ad out or whatever saying I was looking for someone to sublease one of the rooms in my house or whatever. It was gonna be supposed to be like this real smooth transaction, whatever. Went on vacation or whatever. The person was supposed to be gone 3 days prior to my return. So I'm talking to my housekeeper or whatever, XYZ. She's like, yo, that person is still here in your house. What do you mean they're still in my house? It's supposed to be gone. So when I get back and touch down in the city, this is still here in my house, okay? Refusing to leave. So I didn't know what to do. I'm used to this shit. So I go down and I do
And she's literally right there. Wow. She's literally right
Straight
there.
to
That's
the
crazy.
kitchen. I ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
So deal with it.
Mm.
On top of her ass just intruded into my home, she disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been trying to do this the right way. I done went down there and got the all the paperwork that I need to do to get her ass evicted out my house. Whatever.
Okay.
But that shit is a process. I have to go through protocols and all the other stupid legal blase bull. And then I just the police just left my house, and I'm like, get this out my house. They're like, oh, she's a tenant now. She's a tenant. There's nothing. You and the police, okay? My door. That's all I know. Wow. Your door. This is my house. How about you get the out of my house? How about that's what you do? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get the out of my house? How about you get?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said about Airbnbs, if you ever want to know about Airbnbs, watch The Rental. That is a movie about if you're going to rent a Airbnb, make sure to know there are certain like things you need to know before you go say, hey, let me go get an Airbnb. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even get an Airbnb. Just go to a hotel. Go to a hotel. Like do it the normal way. Just go to a hotel. I feel safer going to a hotel than ever going to an Airbnb. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole bunch of things that are done at an Airbnb that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go to a hotel, everything, you're already secure. You don't have to worry about anything. But when we speak on Airbnbs, things like this happen. I mean, and this is just a woman renting out a room to somebody. And this is the second part.
Shit. Excuse me. You can record all you want. All you want, but I ain't going nowhere, okay? So deal with it. This is what I'm dealing with, y'all. Airbnb. So don't trust it. Don't do that. Make sure you know exactly who the you let into your house, because it is some freeloading motherfuckers who will just use you. Out my house. And then I call the goddamn police and, oh, she's a tenant. She's not no tenant in my house. What you mean? This is supposed to goddamn be gone. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be gone. The fuck? Is this call the police? Call the police, because I ain't going nowhere. Don't touch that door or I'm calling the police on you. And they're gonna arrest you. Fuck all that. Are you smoking in my house?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Airbnbs, man. Watch yourself, bro, when you decide to do that, man. And then another thing is the location of where the Airbnb is, man. Like, be very cautious of the location, it says be cautious booking Airbnbs. My friend and I recently stayed at an Airbnb in Philadelphia with over 10 hidden cameras all over the house, including the showers and bedroom. Some were disguised as sprinkler systems, but it has camera. Like I said, as I stated in the beginning, if you ever want to know about Airbnbs, please do your research. Number one, watch the movie The Rental. Because The Rental is pretty much the blueprint of what you're going to know about Airbnbs. It's a scary movie, thriller movie or whatever, but a lot of the stuff that is in that movie can happen in real life. So be very cautious if you are going to get an Airbnb. But like I said, just be a normal person. Just go and get a hotel. I know hotels cost a lot of money, but it's better you be safe than sorry. There are just certain things, certain social norms in this world that you shouldn't be latching yourself onto if you're not familiar with it already. That is all I have to say about that. final thing before I leave here, because I feel like this show is long at this point in time. It's like this. So some streamers, some Twitch streamers decided they wanted to go to O Block. I don't know why you would be making your presence felt in a place that you're not supposed to be in, and trying to gain clout tokens. But hey, we're just gonna see how this went. Let's go ahead.
America's most dangerous street, so we snuck in.
Get in and get out.
Yeah, get in and get out.
Get this right there.
There's a cop right there.
I don't want to.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
We can't even get into O Block?
Nah.
What about the other one? It's not blocked on the other side.
Nah.
Go on the other side. The cops literally blocked it, Chad. Okay.
And of course, it looks like it's white people. Of course.
Get out of
I'm
this.
getting out of here.
This is hard to get out of. Get out. Oh my god, get out.
I don't know if y'all can see this very well, but
No, get out.
this is the one I could find.
Just get out. Get out of here.
I really, bro, I need to
Let me see if I can find
Go,
it.
bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. I didn't know it was a sectioned off block, bro, with fences.
Bad part. We're not even at the bad part yet.
Because I want to, you know what? Let me try to find a better version of it. Let's just see if I can like look it up. Twitch streamers go to O Block. Twitch streamers O Block. Let's just find it real quick. Since I'm here. Just look for it. Oh, nothing comes up? How? Oh my gosh, what? I guess maybe that's the only video I have of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can't find. Let me try to look on YouTube for it. Streamers. O Block. Okay, here is a 1 minute version. Hold on. Let me see if it's like correctly. Let me put it together correctly. Let's see. Let's see the way this goes. All right, let's do it. This should be it.
America's most dangerous street, so we snuck in.
get in and get out.
Yeah, get in and get out.
Get this right there.
There's a cop right there.
I don't want to.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
We can't even get into O Block?
Nah.
What about the other one? It's not blocked on the other side.
Nah.
Go on the other side. The cops literally blocked it, Chad. Okay, get out of this.
I'm getting out of here.
This is hard to get out of. Get out. Oh my god, get out.
Here, hold on your window, talk to him.
No, get out. Just get out. Get out of here.
I really, bro, I need to go right
No, go, bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. I didn't know it was a sectioned off block, bro, with fences.
Bad part. We're not even at the bad part yet.
It gets worse?
Yeah, way worse.
That makes no sense why they do this. That literally makes no sense why, like, for real. Like, they literally blocked it, chat. That has got to be the stupidest thing. Just dumb. Like, bro. Y'all are dumb. Seriously, y'all are dumb. Why? Just why, bro? Like, stupid things get stupid prizes. And that literally was quite possibly the dumbest thing, just to get views and just to get reactions. Like, What if y'all would have got, you know what I'm saying? What if they would have got, then what? Which I would have said, oh yeah, we was just doing it for, bro. Y'all risked y'all life just to go to a place y'all not supposed to go to. And that is more in line the reason why we are raising a bunch of like clout chasers. Like there's a new like people are raising clout chasers, and they are coming in. Like they are like emerging in the form of Twitch streamers. Like for real, like a lot of them are just clout chasers. Anyway, man, that is the end of this podcast. I'm going to be coming with a podcast next week, of course. Might even be this week. I might have a double dose for you. Yeah, y'all take it easy and enjoy the rest of your day.